We'd like to talk a little bit about being on dialysis. In particular, you're on peritoneal dialysis.
Well, I remember the very first day I was with the nurses, I expected to come into a big computer that I was going to be attached to. I was so surprised it wasn't this huge, humongous, monstrous machine. I thought, oh my God. I mean, that's what my perspective, that was what I knew or what I had learned, right? It freaked me right out. But when I went in there, I found this little tiny machine this big. It was like a little computer modem or something. And I went, wow, that was the first relief. And, you know, attached my bags, solution bags and things like that. They just started to explain things like what was, I think it's called peritoneal dialysis.
Oh, peritoneal.
Peritoneal.
Peritoneal
I always
dialysis.
get that mixed up. It was a learning curve, and I ended up doing overnight dialysis at home. And you know what? The logistics of that, I mean, it's a bit of an adjustment. I'm in my room, I'm thinking I'm sleeping with this little machine. I have to hook up, I have to know when to change my bags. I have a partner. I'm thinking about, sex, everything. I'm wondering, it's just like everything goes through your head, right? But in time, once you adjust and you learn to be creative with your machine and you consult with your nurses and get feedback, everything seems to fall into place. The dust settles and you get used to the routine and you start to manage and you just say that you make peace with it. You know, this is part of my life. It's a very gentle way of supporting my kidneys. I'm not gonna die because of dialysis. It's a support system and it's getting better all the time. I'm adjusting, I'm learning.
Can you talk about the process? You have this machine at home, it's by your bed, you dialyze each night?
Well, exactly what you just said is actually the process, the sequence of events. But prior to actually hooking up on the machine, I will hook into my catheter. But prior to that, I have to set it up. So that takes a little finagling. And you know, you've got cassettes and you have to place them in, but you basically are prompted. So it's quite straightforward and it's visual as well. So it's simple enough there. Now, as far as the bags of solution, they are attached to the cassette. And the cassette is just a little plastic thing that goes in here, but it also has wires coming out and they just attach to your bags of solution. And your bags of solution will be hung up, or they'll be hung up on the table that has a hook. Baxter provides you with a desk. It's just a small desk that this sits on, and it has hooks on the side. And so you would hook your bags on that. And that's how it works at home. And so it's very straightforward. So the most space that you're gonna need for everything is this much space. And as you can see, it's really small. The machine is quite good because it cues you. Let's say you're sleeping in bed and you're on the wrong side and the solution isn't moving well enough. It will wake you up. It will cue you. It will prompt you to make, if you've made a mistake on the machine, and it will ask you a question and it'll ask you to confirm twice. So, I mean, it's very, very helpful. It's very clear. So that's really good. And as my nurse said, if in doubt, if you get too tired or it gets too complicated one night, shut it down, go to sleep. We'll move on to the next day, start all over again. And that was the best advice you could give someone because you don't want to feel stressed out, and you don't. You know what? You read the information that the machine gives to you, you make a decision. No matter what, when you first get on the machine, you're going to drain. So anything that happens to be in you, it's going to take out the liquid before it puts something in you. So you never have to worry about things like that.
And how long does the run take?
It's all overnight. In fact, that was what I chose because I wanted to be active during the day. And I also wanted to travel and things like that. I didn't want to have to end up in a hospital with hemo 3 times a week. But for some people that works. And so because it's less, for me, I have to do it every night. So that's the payoff, you know, the pros and cons of a few of those things.
Now, the solution that you're speaking about, that's the solution, that's what these Baxter boxes are
That's
about
correct.
that you're picking up today.
Yeah.
Those are bags, solution that will go in your PD machine, and that's what will flow through you.
That's correct.
That's what will make up the run.
That's right, that's
that will
right.
go through you.
And they're basically electrolytes. I mean, they're
Right.
minerals. They're in certain percentage of solutions that are unique for you. So if you have to, let's say that, you know, you started to have some swelling in certain parts of the body, you would have to change to a higher percentage. And you can always just consult with your nurses on that and just give you some feedback. Hey, I'm feeling a little funny today, maybe a little lightheaded. My energy is waning, but I'm okay overall, but didn't sleep well last night or had to shut the machine down. So we're going to start a new day. What would you advise? And this one is just where your small modem would go, because this is where the data is collected on the iCloud, right?
Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by Kidney Plugged In. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, don't kidney around. Hit that subscribe button right now. It helps us out a ton. If you want to check out the next part in the series, click here. If you'd like to watch other inspiring and heartwarming patient stories, well then slide on over here. Cheers, and we'll see you next time on Kidney Plugged In.